Hello and welcome. Right, we have a massive monster job to do. We have got all of our fields to harvest. Yeah, well, no, actually, we've not got all of them. We've not got number 3. We've got split field number 4, number 5, and on top of that, we've got the grass. So, trying to do a lot. I've got everybody sort of in place roughly. We need to grab the water in. We also need to decide what we're doing with the silage because so far we've not got any animals. We could mix it to make TMR. So there's, or we could sell it. We could have a BGA bit, but we have got limited space. So I'm going to set this going, and then we'll have a bit of a chat before we go into a time lapse. So I think I've did literally even got this ready, even though it's only a least one. Let's just let it. Sometimes doesn't like it if you, the player, are in it when it starts off. And other times it doesn't particularly care. Right, yeah, we have a limited space. The thing I think we're going to have to do is probably manage production point from here. What are we managing? What on earth is that about? Oh, okay, what is it? Oh, the apple tree. Oh, they're apple trees. Oh my life, these are the apple. I was going to cut these down. So actually, these two sort of things here are the apple trees, and they need water and manure. So I think we better like get cracking. One water produces half an apple. A cycle 60, which is 30 apples a day, which is, I'm not sure, not a lot. But then really, truthfully, you wouldn't really expect a lot of apples, would you, every single day if we're trying to simulate farming. Right, let's get this, and we will go into a time lapse, but we do need to sort that out, it's true. So I am going to say my words because we have got a lot to do. I want to get the straw done as well as possible, but I'm going to wait until this has finished this field. I'm hoping to empty. It's not a very large trailer, although it's not tiny either. So yeah, it's a bigger field than you think though, even though it's small when you look at the size of the harvester. But yeah, anyway, yeah, I'm going to wait until this is gone. Oh, look at that little tiny bit of oats in that field. How do we do that? Because it's I think we're going to have to let it go off, really, that little bit. Right, yeah, I am going to say my words. I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. Right, other than the fertilising on the top field, we're about done. Yes, I went for the middle-sized bales with the quick bale. Yeah, this really manages two bales well now. So obviously, with the changes in physics, it's only two you can really do with. I did. I mean, I've had to go for. Well, I haven't. I could have gone for any, but the thing is, when you bait a wrap in, I like to play it realistically. Which, if you were using a proper bale spike, you really would puncture the outside, and I know they can be repaired. I remember listening to Mr. Silly P say one time about, well, you could repair, and of course you can. I'm not mocking him. I'm just saying, but better if you don't pierce the. Now then, fertilizer. Ooh, that is right. We need to be grabbing. Yeah, I mistook the silo for a silo. It's not a silo exactly. It's got food, milk, straw, slurry, and it's supposed to be a silo. Surely it's not just an animal feed one. It says cow barn with silo, so it's reading the food, milk, straw, and slurry that is. But this is supposed to be a silo. I'm sure it is. With a 500,000 litre limit. I'm quite sure that's supposed to be. So how come it never popped? I did, obviously, we've all done it, where you don't have the right thing selected, but I did have the right thing selected, so, and I did, it's back, so I literally did it, and I never got it pop at all wherever it was that I went through, so it should have even popped for little bits. So let's go through the other way, in case it's a one-way system in this particular silo. I don't think it's that. I'm just trying to make a little bit of a little bit. Oh, I keep forgetting about the hidden bashing the little shed. It was. I quite like that. Right, let's have a look. It's definitely the right one selected. Definitely. And any second at the back, any second now, is definitely not doing anything. And if it was that, then yeah, we've gone the other way too. That is definitely not popping. So either the silo bit isn't working, or I have got the wrong end of the stick, and it really is meaning it's for like. Oh, hang on a minute. Then, if that is the cow bomb with silo, then oh, okay. So it must be for food then, because I believe this big object right in front of me is probably, which it did make mention of. Really is weird. When I'm tired. Now, what are they there then? What are they there? Oh, just for effect? Like little storage bags, perhaps? Maybe. Could well be. That's for proper silo. Yeah. Now then, I was racking my brains. I was thinking about. Obviously, we're going to stick cows in. I was thinking, well, what's the top priority really? And how are we going to play this? If we were going to do a BDO, well, now we've got apple trees that are taking these two very large things. Now they are a means of income, not a very great one. It's wasting a lot of space from the perspective of making money, but it's a big business for us. So this here is ours, though, isn't it? These are not apple trees, are they? I mean, I do hate doing it, but we could remove them and replant them. No, well, actually, you would never move a tree of that size, ever, other than not by chopping it down. So you could put something little here, but that's not definitely big enough for a... Now, here again, there is room for something small. Yeah, let's switch the interactive zone markers on a minute. You see, and that's sometimes why having them on is quite a good thing, because you could see the fact that you've got to dump things by the trees, and even I would have immediately thought, oh, hang on a minute, they're productions. Yeah. So we need to get the apple trees done. We need to, yeah, let's get this going first. Let's get this going up to the top and the slurry. Now that's another thing I'd like to do as well, and that is to test. Let's grab the biggest of our tractors, which is of course that one. It's right into, yeah, it is. This is 210, and the mass, even though it looks bigger, well, it is heavier. It's not bigger. Oh, now then, we ought to ask the shop to fetch that thing, or that harvester, because we will be getting charged additional things. So I'd yeah, return cracking harvester, as I already know plenty of times. Trying not to show. Yeah, there's a bit of a trouble with the field, but if you look at the lay of the land, there would be. But I thought, well, if you approach that from the right side, you would, as in real life, probably be able to get it, and we did. So I'm going to leave it alone. I'm not doing smoothing or anything like that, because it really would be quite like that. So I'm trying to be realistic. Now, we normally go with the biggie for this, but it's only 180 horsepower. The slurry tanker. Right, let's switch those off now. We know what we're actually doing. We might actually, the one thing I'm going to do, it's because you normally can't see where these type of things are, so I'm going to understate. We're going to put a little dash of grass on each of those so we know. Yeah, because some of them are exact, some of them are quite exacting. So I'm going to put a dash of forest ground that's about too big. Let's see, is that going to be big enough? No, a little bit bigger. Yeah, that's not bad. Yeah, that's not bad. Yeah, and yeah, and no, that's where we are. Is that? No, it would. Yeah, the slurry tank's actually on that one. So all others are done, apart from that one. Can we get to that? It's sort of almost can. Right, now let's switch them off. Yeah, the other thing I was going to say was, obviously we need to like fill these with. Yeah, let's switch that off. Let's get the slurry tanker going before we chat, and then I'm going to chat. Yeah, we definitely need a bakery. We have like straw. We have the makings of flour. So we need to get that. Let's fill this up. Yeah, that was what I was also trying to say. I've got 9 million things going through my head. Yeah, but I'd like to do a bit of a test, because I felt that when I did the slurry tanker that I got more out of it, and the worker took her over and just went around the corner and ran out, and I'm like thinking, hang on a minute, I did that bottom field on my own. I've long thought this, that sometimes the workers seem to run out. Also, though, the lay of the land can also do something about that. Yeah, it really can. If you're sending your worker uphill, although precision farming's good, it doesn't actually. Yeah, it still does it at the rate. Ooh. Yeah, and this is why I thought the 550 was probably a better idea, really. Because although this sort of on paper can do it 180, it's got 30 horsepower to spare, and this is rather hilly. So I'm not really sure. I think I was probably right the first time. It's a good job we're not doing the 300 horsepower one, isn't it? Right, yeah, I'm definitely right. That is definitely not capable of something like that. Let's grab the biggie. Yeah, I was right. 550 is no, not you, and it is you. Right, so let's do that. Yeah, there's no room around here for anything large. Yeah, they're not like a BGA is what I'm trying to say. So we've really got to be. I mean, space is your first requirement for any sort of business, and we've got a bit of room where the pig thing is, but the farm really doesn't. Unless you're going to cut the apple trees down, which I am not, then really, now then we need to be aiming for escaping this way. Yeah, I mean, you might be able to put a little couple of buildings in the midst of the trees. That's not the end of the world, but not something like a BGA. You know, our fields are too precious for us to waste. Yeah, one thing I'd like to see is how much are these forests? 237 and 203. Ooh, that's the periphery. Which you get for 0. I think we'll buy that then. Brilliant. Now, yeah, but it's sort of like, yeah, the bit of the road. But you do get this bit here. So we sort of own just outside of our field now, which that could be useful. Right, anyway, let's get this going to field 2. And yeah, I'm going to do this. So I'm going to go into a little mini time lapse because I'm not sure how long it's going to take. Do we do a time lapse? Yeah, because the other thing is I'd like to do this in one session. And if I don't do it like this, now we have to, I'll be on that. And, selected work mode, 12 meter. So it does still work as it, let's see if I can remember that. No, that's that. We're doing it again. It's that one, and that's it. That's it. 30 meter spread. I've got to be honest, that Moesca duo is an absolute beaut. It really is. Right, so we're going to do this. We do need to... Wow, even this is struggling going uphill. I don't know why the PTO isn't engaging in this, because it has got a proper PTO. I'm sure a 550 shouldn't struggle like that with a 180 horsepower thing. I know they've tweaked the physics, but I think they've gone a little bit too far. It's a 550 horsepower machine. This particular field is not that bad. But you'd think you were going up that steep number 6. Now that I would understand. Right. Yeah, we've done all of the fields with our liming. Apologies. I can't multitask very well. I'm not very good at it, I've got to be honest. Right, so then let's pull back and we're going to do this manually. Am I going to do... I don't think. I just really want to test to see if I can... Right, let's switch it on. So I would say it's not far off 30 meters. Ooh, I was right as well. Yeah. I'm still not far enough out. Let's just put the cruise control on. Try and keep it reasonably. I love these round fields. I'm a massive fan of round fields. Huge. Seriously prefer them to square fields. But then again, I suppose someone who plays with course play and always does the corners probably would always say that. Yeah, it probably is true actually. It may be the other thing I've long thought is obviously we're getting up to speed and then we're pressing go. If you just went, yeah, because it does look like we've done an awful lot. Mind you, this is a big field as well, so I'm not sure. I might be imagining it. But I'm sure when but again, it's terrain, isn't it? That's what I'm saying. Terrain can have a huge impact. And if the worker just presses go with the slurry and then is like doing 2 miles an hour for about 5 seconds, he's going to waste, or she is going to waste an awful lot of slurry. Now we've nearly done a complete circuit because we started and we were making a headway of steam sort of thing straight away. So yeah, so nearly a complete circuit. And I always find the outer is the biggest bit of the field, even when you're harvesting. If you do your outsides, obviously that is the biggest single bit of your field. I know that's fairly obvious, but it is true. So obviously your inner ones, is there a difference? I think the two are the same. I don't think there's a difference in price. I think they're, because really, yeah, I'm sure it was 801 last time. Yeah, I'm trying to avoid bashing the Moesca duo or keep closing and opening them. They are a beautiful bit of kit though. Very, very pleased with them. Yeah, I mean, even this is a hill, but it's nothing. Mind you, I suppose no. The other thing is, liquids are heavy. It's not that simple. Not really. Thinking about it. Of course, as I've often said, though, really we ought to go to the top edge of the field and come down. Although once this gets up to steam, it's really not going to struggle very much. It's just getting up to steam, really. Once you're up to that, you're really home and dry. And of course, turning around corners, likewise does slow you down. Yeah, the more twists and turns you make, it's almost like sticking your brakes on. Almost, not quite. Do love articulated tractors. They are absolutely things of beauty. That's what I'm saying. We did a headland and we didn't get out around, but look, we've done all the way around the inside, and we're going to make it all the way in the inside, and maybe even, I think I've missed a bit on that corner. I think I turned a little bit sharply there. Yeah, I did. I missed a little tiny triangle. I might just about do this. And you know, if there's a little bit left, I'm not going to worry. Bearing in mind last time we actually, yeah, I was thinking as well. Yeah, I think we're going to miss that little triangle. No, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe we just about got enough. Yeah, I was thinking going forward, I was thinking if I go for something like the... Oh, I did switch it on. Oh, then again, you're not on the... I'm sure if you switch it on, it does actually do the thing that switches on if there's not that function on the thing you've got selected. Let's just try it. Yeah, it did. It still switched it on. And so it's right button and that. Smashing. We will top this up because we're always going to need it. Yeah, I'm enjoying using this. I really am. But again, normally we used, well, I still would use Digestate and we would buy it. It is quite expensive though. If you're going to buy it, if you've got your own, and if you were playing this as you've not got any digestate or you've only got slurry, again though, you do use a lot. So, but I suppose if you were saving up for your arable fields and you were saving up all year long, I don't suppose it would be much of a problem. Right, fantastic. No, we don't leave it in front of there because yeah, we also, another thing I did notice in editing when I was looking closely, some of these trees right next to us here, right, yeah, we've harvested, so it doesn't matter if we were on the trees. Let's just pull it sort of into the tree line a little. Yes, some of this tree line here we actually own, not all of it though. If you look carefully on the map and zoom in at where we are now, if you look at the road, we sort of own into the trees only a little bit. So what I was thinking was the one tree that's sort of getting in the way a bit is this one here that's actually on the grass. It sort of means you've got to go right close to the edge of the field. I think I'd like to take that one down. I really would. And maybe this one, and we might make use of this little bit of an area. Yeah, I realise it's done a right mess here, but it would do if you were levelling. It was not a bad levelling job, really. Quite pleased with that. Yeah, and the one thing I did think was, I think, why are you putting water? I've always said this, the Omatana is one of the best things, because obviously you're making digestate. I really need normal bales. Of course, we've got silage bales. That's the worst thing you can do. We can't actually make digestate. I was hoping to use the production shed with this, but I suppose we can have the silage. Imagine we're going to have way too much silage to do that, aren't we? Really, we've got... Did I switch the straw silage on? I think I did. Yeah, let me show what we actually did get. So we've got silage digestates and... Oh, we did. Oh, no, of course. I'm being silly. That's the first lot of grass we did when we'd got... Hang on a minute. Oh, no, of course we did it loose. We did it loose this time, didn't we? No, last time, not this time. And of course, we never put any water in, so we need 50 odd tons of water. We've got 94, so we're all right with that. Straw silage, we need to do 2. And we've got... how much? Just 150 tons of straw. So in total, we're going to have 250 tons of silage. I suppose that's not going to be too much for. It is also going to produce a bit of silage, so I think we will put a production shed down for making fertilizer. I know it's boring and I always do it, but I've got to be honest, there are some productions that work so well together, and the production shed and Omaton is the only two that do that particular thing. So there is no choice, and it is a real cracker, and the production shed can be used for many things. So I'd still think it's not. I think we'll stick it in this. No, I don't know that we will. We could stick it in the corner, really. Just here, I think. There's enough room. It's not going to get in the way. We can still get past the apple tree. Can we actually sell? I'd like to. Oh, it does as well. There are many map makers who will allow you a bit of free reign, and I do appreciate it when they do. Yeah, so we're going to put the production shed in facing forwards, I think, rather than back, because it's more accessible. A little. We'll do one more. Maybe two, actually. I'm not being horrible either. What it is so that we can sort of swing in a little, and I think that one there. So there's a bit of moving into it. Yeah, the other thing I always do say, is everything we do is a finite amount. There's a certain quantity. We're only producing the quantity that we're not like adding anything in. So whatever businesses are out there, they are out there, and there are some businesses. A BGA could feature in every single Let's Play, and it would be a valid choice. It's just that I like it to be a little bit of difference, but there are some key ones. Unless you're going to do this butte, which is the only thing in the game that goes digestate to fertilizer, then really you've only got a choice of going that or a BGA to produce digestate, which then can produce with the production shed into fertilizer. So, I mean, one of my other favourites is the homebrewed if you've got animals, because you can make all the different fertilizers and herbicide. And again, it's a steady trickle. That is not a massive monster. It trickles. But because fertilizer is a good business, and because it's doing liquid and solid fertilizer as well as herbicide, yeah, I do use the herbicide. Yeah, when you've got all three going, you need quite a bit. I usually have the two fertilizers going. The herbicide, you need. I can't remember which way around it is, but yeah, it sort of steals. I think it's the slurry side. It steals a lot of that, so you need double the amount of slurry. So I think, we might need to do V mode. It's as flat as a pancake though, so set it back very slightly. It's still not going to affect the tree. We'll do a little bit of landscaping. I do love the palette that we've been given. Very, very happy with that. It's amazing. That's another thing. Not many mod makers give you a really good palette. So BlackPat has done a cracking job of giving us a really good palette to work with. So I'm very much enjoying that. Let's have a look at what that looks like when you get up close. Yeah, it's like cracked flags. Beautiful. Ever so nice, that is. Lovely touch. So production shed. We're going to switch the digestate from this. There's not a lot, I say, because obviously now, unless we buy another, or I suppose we could look out for going loose on the grass field, I suppose, really. If you've got to tune your business, we still need straw bales if we're going to do straw, so it's not the end of the world, really. If we've gone, or we could do every other one with another baler, we'll see what comes up in the sales. So the digestate we're doing distributing, and we will produce tomatoes. Oh, I didn't realise. So that actually produces something as well, quite a bit actually. Garden plot manure. Where is that? We should have a look. So we want the solid fertilizer from digestate on, and we will sell that straight away. That can be and again, we're not going to produce a lot. It's not going to be humongous, although fertilizers on normal economy is a very good money spinner. What I'm thinking is I think canola would be boring again, and we're going to do all fields with one thing. And maybe, I don't know. Well, we've got one of our fields obviously tied up with sugar beet. So again, I think what I'm tempted to do is join fields 3 and 4 to make one quite large arable field. Have that as a little field, and 5-2. 88's only across there. How much is that? It's got a good bonus, 61,000. What's that got in at the minute? It looks like potatoes. Oh, and they're nearly ready. But I wasn't trying to sort of like grasp, because it's not wrong for you to buy a field, though. It is the closest. And 69's not much further. 58. I don't really want to do it now. We're sort of still high class 100 odd grand as a bit of danger. I know we could buy it, but I also don't want to be like accused of field flipping or anything like that, really. And I know I'm not really. Still very tempted, for that would be a very good tractor for us, and that would also be a very good baler for us. I'm very tempted with that. We could buy a cheap square baler and always go grass bales with that. I think we will. I think that's more important than now that we've done all that we want. Oh, it's got the rear hitch as well. I think we're going to go. Oh, actually, that's a point. No, that's not what I meant to do. Oh, that's not what I meant to do either. I don't think I've ever had a white one. I'm not sure with green it would be a terribly good choice, really. Do you know, I'm prepared to pay 750. I think that looks really nice, and I'm not a very big gold fan. Yeah, we will indeed. Smashing. I'd say I was tempted for the 6R, but I think, yeah, I think that would be a real good, if it's still there in the morning, which invariably it probably won't be. Yeah, but I still think that was a good buy. I do. So we're going to go through till the morning. We should have some income from our fertilizer business. Just check that I've done all of my productions. And I was going to say one more thing. Yeah. What I'd like to do is obviously go for... Yeah, I'd like to cover this here. Yeah, I wish it won't let us do it, but it would let us sort of... Although it's quite a big area. What I'm trying to do, so let's have a look. If there's any little bits of space, what is this here? Is this like a clamp? Now, we're not ever going to use the clamps. Will it let us sell them? Some do, some don't. I'm not like going to blow it up if we won't, but you see, this is the type of space where you could do a BGA. But only if you got rid of both. Yeah, and that would be in the way. Oh, yeah, this is something else I found. You sometimes have to do them twice. Yeah, it's weird. So, could we put a BGA down there? Because it would be a cracking business for us. But before we do, I think really we want to do a bakery first, really. Yeah, what I was going to say was, we are going to do that. We probably can afford it now that we've done that. Yeah, I'm hoping this is actually working. But I was going to say, now obviously the addable triggers are a really good thing. Now this is quite a large building. And it is storage as well. So what I'm trying to think is, in real life we would convert this bit. Oh, I don't know, you'd go into the chickens there. But it has got this bit here, which you can see is a room. What I'm tempted to do is say, we are converting this into a bakery, and it has got the space, and that's really what the addable trigger's supposed to be used for. And of course you don't have to do that. It's not, you're not breaking any. Now then, I'm losing all track of which door is that sat on there. So I think we're going to put an addable trigger one down as the bakery. Now obviously this is based upon the base bakery. What is that? Oh, fish farming. We could have a look at that, being as it's a map. I'm not going to do it because we've not got enough cash to do it now. But yeah, I'm thinking we'll add the bakery, and I've got to get used to the zoom. It's too... Yeah, and we're going to have to put it in V mode. But it doesn't matter if it's right in front of the door, really. It's supposed to signify in that building is a bakery. So there we go. So yeah, here is where we'd stick. No, it's just, yeah, it's always going to show that. You can still manage the production. So we would like to do. Why is it showing me sugar? Oh, because of cakes. Of course it is. I was going to say. Yeah, bread. So we're going to make 2 for 1. We're also going to need some sort of windmill that actually is a real windmill and that isn't producing energy like our energy one. So let's have a look. We could go for. Yes, we want a. Well, it doesn't have to be. There's a point. Is there an edible trigger for? I know I'm going to add my normal grain mill. If we got a building that's big enough to do that, yeah, well, it doesn't have to be. Yeah, it's really doesn't have to be exact, does it? Really. I mean, what about this bit where the house is? This sort of like section here. Yeah, we've got to sort of do it on the edge, though. Really. What I'm going to do is see if in decoration we've got something like a milk urn or something. I think we have. Seen others. Because I just want to sort of so we can look at it, because I know what I'm like. I might well forget what is what. Because this is me we're talking about. We could do something. I suppose we could. I don't think there's anything white. Let's have a look. I'm sure there's a. I know there are plastic containers because I frequently use those with the blue one as well that you can't see on the picture. But I'm sure that there's like a milk thing further down. So I'd like to go for a little bit of tyre. I've put another decoration pack in as well. I think it should be in here. Yeah, it is. There's extra decorative stuff now. So I've got quite a lot. Field edge marker. Oh, it's field edge marker. Of course, you could use it for what you like. I think these add a lot of extra. I can't think of the right word to say, but I think they really do make a big difference if you're trying to add. It's the thing that I'm not very good at, and that is I'm a bit too. I'm all about efficiency, so prettiness is like so unimportant to me, but I do realise to other people it is important. So I'm trying to develop that in myself, so that I'm sure it's. Oh, that would do. I'm sure there's a milk urn. I might be imagining it, but no, I wasn't, you see. Put that sort of like right next door like that. I think that's alright. And is there anything that we could do for a bakery, like the bags of flour? I think that's right back, typically right back at the beginning. Of course it would be, wouldn't it? Let's have a look. Is there anything down this end that is like... I suppose you could have a barrel, but I'm wanting it to be, yeah, not just zip quickly. I'm sure it's at the beginning we saw the barrels, the bags that we saw a few minutes ago, multiple ones of those that are like bags of flour, old Hessian sacks type bags. I'm sure it's quite far back, almost at the beginning. But sometimes you've got to do this for the realism of it, really, I think. I don't think it's too much further now. It's a wheel. Yeah, there's these ones as well, but they're just not quite what I'm looking for. There we go, a single one. Yeah, I think like that. Bag of like flour to signify that is the bakery, and the churn for the milk. I think we'll do that. We might upgrade them, but then they are a proper building now, so yeah. So how much does the grain mill? We'll do this next session because it has been quite a long session. That's my trouble. I always want to build Rome in a day. And let's also see one last thing. If we can stick the BGA, I'd prefer it to cover the pig place, but it might not be big enough to do that. I just want it to cover those chevrons. Then what are these two? I can't remember. Mixmaster is a mixer. Pigmaster, Fertimaster, Stones. We'll have to have a look at these on one, and Rocco Master, which is obviously another line, but we can already do that. Yeah, it's not much better than the production shed, but you can't say that unless you've tried it, really. So yeah, we will have a look at it. So then we are going to need a dairy, but only when we've got animals. And we haven't got them at present, so right, but we have got, or will have plenty of silage. And then if we do that, ooh, it might actually go, if you got it the right way round. Let's pull back a bit. Oh, actually, that's going to go much better than you think. Let's just have a look at the tree, because the apple tree, obviously, we don't really want to interfere with, but I don't think it will. There's a little bit of, I don't know, actually. It's not quite level. I don't know where the unlevelness is coming from. It's 55,000. It's going to be quite a bump if it's 50. Yeah, it is. Where is the unlevel bit? Okay, let's do some landscaping first. It's got to be this bit here. Got to be. Because if we all know, if you don't level it right, so if we go from this corner here, and it was right to about there, I can't see what it's on about because that's not done anything at all. So I'm not sure what that's about unless we were touching that back thing. So of course it's gone back to the beginning. Of course it has. Oh, I've got nothing. Did we? No, it's the Cavalier Roy's production always makes me think, oh yeah, it's a biogas plant. Yeah, well, it does look like one, but it's not exactly. Now we want with refueling, and that is the right way round. See, it's almost like I don't understand what it's doing, but I think, yeah, it might do something to the rock. Well, it's to put a bit of a skirt under the rocks, but I'm not really worried about that. And yeah, it's like a bin that goes at the back. So we've still got 107,000. It's not done a lot, and it's hidden the pig thing. Well, almost. I think we can just see a little bit of chevron there, and I don't think it let me paint it, but I'm happy with that. That's perfect. So we're gonna, yeah, I'd like to go through to tomorrow, is what I'm trying to say. And we can do the produce. Yeah, we're not going to go mad if we don't do the flour straight away. I don't think this is brilliant, but it doesn't look terrible either. Right, so we want to go silage and electric charge selling and methane selling and digestate distributing. So we want to go, that's on. We will do some of our own lime for ourselves, although to be honest, with the holes, it really doesn't need much of a hand. It's just super duper. So we will switch we're not going to do it now though because we've got nothing in there. We did do this. Just want to make sure because I know what I'm like. I'm a terror for silage. You see, I didn't because I wasn't sure that I was going to do it then. Right. So then we're going to go through till tomorrow, and if that tractor's there, which I doubt it will be, we'll buy it. If not, then it's tough. It really is. So then, July, August morning, I would like to do. I've said that already. Yeah, I'm repeating myself, for which I do apologise. July's no, August is. We've got a proper sleep trigger here. We've got nothing growing. My usual excuse which is not an excuse of like wanting to view the crops grow is valid, but we've not got any crops to grow. Excuse me, my tears. Actually, yeah, I've got IBS, and I'll get punished if I have like we didn't earn 140,000. It was 40 odd grand. Why have we not? Huh. Why did that not actually? Oh, what have I not done? Silage. That should be distributed. That should be distributed. And silage has. Oh, it's gone in, but it's not actually. Wait, no, it must have done some. Digestate has gone in. So this is like going back to how it used to be, where it does just one thing and it's not actually like done all of it. It's just pushed it across in one movement and then it's not actually done anything. Oh, that's a bit disappointing. Right, let's have a look in the sales. Well, the very tractor we were looking at isn't there, but oh, you can't afford it. Isn't that typical? Because that's definitely going to go. That, however, that is probably for 36,000. Well, we've got a cab over. Why would we want, as much as I love Pepe's work, that, however, at 60% off, it's actually more powerful. No, it's about the same, but it can be upgraded to a biggie for 76,000. Now we can't afford that at the minute, but like if we have it, why has it done an extra 1,000? Yeah, we will do that. I don't know what that means. Additional equipment. No, it's the front. I'm sure this is the one where you can have a front 3-point. Yes, you can. Well, yeah, I don't know what the difference is. I think it's two different 3 points. One has got sort of a cover and the other hasn't, or has that just not got a? The PTO is down low. That one seems to cover that over. So does that mean it's not got a 3-point? Or I mean, not a 3-point. We're going to go for that one. PTO, that's what I meant. So yeah, 4,500 definitely. Add blue, what does that mean? Let me show my ignorance now. Multifunctional joystick for the... What is a posh seat, isn't it? So for 91,000, I know it's going to nearly skint us, but this map needs big tractors. So we will go yes. And it's a shame about you, but there's no way we could rustle up that kind of cash. Right, now then, so in August, we are next session going to... I mean, we are going to make a lot of cash on this, like next, yeah, like tomorrow, because that's going to produce a lot of cash. And the silage also likewise is going to produce a lot of cash too. But it is true, that didn't actually do a lot. And there's a lot of the silage still ready to go across, hardly any grass. So yeah, it's a bit disappointing, but it's still there. It's going to be over the winter. So let's just check as well to see if this is a standard map, because it's a different country that I'm used to. Yeah, no, canola. It's still the standard European model that I'm quite used to sort of seeing. So canola is what we're going to plant in all of our fields. Can we afford another field? Not now that we just bought that. Still on the lookout for a harvester, but hopefully over the winter. We're also going to be doing our last year's crop. The oats is going to make flour that is going to make bread, which we need to get going. No more wasting time now, because and then the next thing, when we've sold, we do want the apple trees going as well. So we're going to need to grab some manure and grab those. Are we going to grab another trailer? We've only got the one trailer, haven't we, in our kit? I mean, I know we've got the animal transport, but I mean, there's only one trailer. Do I get... There's a beautiful set of trailers that I've not long had, which are really nice. And also, yeah, I mean, it's not massive. You wouldn't... Yeah, it's... Let me just find them. Not sure, I can't remember where they are. I've only showed them on one... yeah, the BAMs. It's these ones here. To 23.9. That's, I think, the one by Blendart Kolchosnik, which are my favourite. They actually make my favourite cultivator sets. You will notice that the price is terribly good. That one is the biggest, and that's a proper, yeah. Oh, that's obviously, that isn't everything. Yeah, that's, yeah. So that's the standard capacity. If you want it to be those, the rest is not going to be like that. Yeah, and that's only, yeah. That's strange because that one doesn't show the fact that it's only, but obviously we can all know from the way that trailers are. Now that one still says silage trailer though. Yeah, and it does show only potatoes and sugar beet as extras. So actually they're not going to do what I wanted to, which is a bit of a shame. Is there anything else? I think we'll wait. I think we'll just have to clean out. Ah, this was the good one as well. This was very good. Idea of what we want with lots of different tipping sides as well. Good for animals. I literally was looking for something that's for one of the Let's Plays where it was had to be small, and this was one of the best that I could find. That was so. Look at the price. I mean, it's not as good as the Blendart Kolchosnik one, but it is really good. It's also like tipping left, tipping right, tipping back, tipping. But is this the one that you have to choose? Platform. Ah, it's just that. Wood. No, I like the wood. It's look at the detail on the wood as well. Very, very. I'm going to keep it that colour. It's quite nice. Yeah, we are going to buy that. Yes. Now we are going to. Yeah, I will drag the stuff up because I don't want this Let's Play to be about us running down to the shop all the time. Now let's just pop down the shop because I know we've got the header. I haven't forgotten. And I'm not going to say that I didn't forget at some point, but yeah, I saw in editing, I thought, oh, you're forgetting you've got a header down here. Yeah, so we've got this little lot. We'll bring another tractor down. Oh, actually, that's got a towing thing on the back. Let's just grab this one because this is... Yeah, so we do need to get a square baler and probably go for the arm one, which is 14,000. So reasonable. Wow, that is a loud tractor. Yeah, like all Let's Plays really, it's mainly about you. Now, somewhere here, isn't it? I don't think it is here. I don't think it is. Because I think that's where I thought it was. First time, I think it's somewhere over here. There's some marks. I thought I'd done a... No, that's the shop one. I did do a mark. Ah, it's here. And that's why I do the marks. So repair, yes, and repair, yes. Did I put the rear hitch on it? It already had it. So let's see if this is the right rear hitch, and we don't need to bring another tractor. Do this one, which will save me back down. Ah, okay. That's a shame. Why is that not working? Is that... Well, it could be that I'm not in the right place, but I don't think it is. I think the game's usually generous enough. I think it's because it's that's too high. So it looks to me like we're going to have to... the other thing I do love about these... Oh, no, it's not these. No, this is the Kolchosnik ones. I think they've got rear hitches too. So these will... I'm going to do this in the background. I'm going to bring this lot up. Yeah, we did repair everything. And I know we have got a 12-meter header ready for the day that we actually buy a... We've got really till next year now to sort of hopefully get one in the sales. So yeah, all that remains to be said is I think we've gone through everything. It's been a busy session. We've gone through an awful lot. Yeah, I've harvested all of our fields. We've got the BGA and all sorts of things. We've placed about 3 or 4 productions, all that match the things that we're actually doing on the farm. And that really is my criteria for doing this, even if people think, ooh, because there are only so many products and so many productions and only so many that are really goods, really. Yeah, so... That's the one on the actual picture. It's amazing. Yeah, it is good. I do like it. It's amazing. Of all of the map makers, and I'm not knocking BlackpatModding, that is lovely. Only you can see that the water's perfectly still. JM Gaming's water that he's done on all of his maps, it actually moves and ripples. It is beautiful. Whereas that looks like a frozen pond in winter. It's amazing how your brain just looks at something and in a split second goes, "That's not real. That's not right." Even though a valiant effort, it really is, and it is. But it's like, well, if you look closely though, it now does look like it's moving, but when you're a long way away, it doesn't. Ah, that is quite amazing, but it doesn't show that detail from high up. It looks totally like ice. Still brilliant it is. I do love the detail of the game, and cracking. It is a beautiful map. I'm very glad that I came back. And I do love on the Alpen maps the fact that you've got the backdrop. I think that's so beautiful, just as it would be in real life. Well, I don't mean just as it would be in real life, but yeah. So, this is me signing out. All that remains to be said is thank you very much for watching. Truly do hope you're going to stick with me on this journey. And I'm going to say goodbye for now.